Welcome back. Today we're going to get into weighing opportunities and maintaining relationships. So recently I have been getting a lot of questions in regards to developmental talent. Things like what can they do to boost their reel or their resume? If your reel is pretty bare in production value or you feel like your resume is a little bit empty, maybe we need to lower our standards. But if we do that, we have to be smart and we have to set some boundaries. Because as I'm sure you know, not every opportunity that's going to build your resume is actually going to build your career. So we need to be strategic, not desperate. Now, if your goal is to do live stage, maybe don't do a million student films. Do one or two for the experience, but you don't need to necessarily load your reel or your resume up with that kind of experience. We want to make sure that we're learning skills that actually advance our goals. Also, remember our self-advocacy. I have plenty of videos on contracts and negotiations. I'm always happy to make more if you guys want them. But just because you work for free, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't ask for gas reimbursement and meal copy credit and those sorts of things. Also, make sure that if you do work quote unquote for free, that you take full advantage of the opportunity. Free does not mean without value. Obviously, yes, priority is probably going to be adding that credit to your resume and getting the footage for your reel. But if production allows it, get as much content as you possibly can while you're on set and then post about it on social media. And no, this is not for vanity purposes. Everybody always wants to fight me on social media for some reason, but casting directors always ask me for social media handles of my talent, so why not utilize it like a bonus resume? Also, when you're on these sets, you should network like crazy. A lot of people on these sets have your exact same mindset of paying their dues. So remember, they're just like you. They're going to be working on tours and at Netflix and with different artists here in the future. So get to know them now before they become all big and famous. There are a lot of people that I worked with as a dancer like 10 years ago, and today they're still sending me auditions to send to my clients. I know this industry feels very, very big, but it is so small. Everybody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So take advantage of this free networking opportunity now. And this doesn't just go for talent either. Network with the crew as well. I knew a DP like years ago, and now he's a director for an ad agency. And a couple months ago, he sent me a casting for an upcoming commercial that he was going to work on. My client ended up getting hired to do it. It was an Adidas commercial. It was really cool. But he wasn't even doing the casting. He just remembered that I opened a dance agency, and completely on his own, he decided to send it to me. And look at the payoff. I think most talent overlook the crew when in reality, they could be the most crucial to you booking future jobs. Okay, and then lastly, we have to stay self-aware. There is a phase in your career where unpaid work is useful, but sometimes people get so stuck in this trap of building their portfolio that they never actually progress to paid roles. So once you have a solid reel and a resume, you should not be working for free anymore. Even if it's your best friend in the whole wide world, you have to know your own worth. If they are also working in the industry, they should know how difficult it is to dedicate 5 rehearsals and a 12-hour shoot day all for $200. Of course, we want to be respectful and very gracious. Don't just say no. Thank them for thinking of you, then explain why you can't make it work, and then leave the door open. Maybe they can let you know if the budget grows, or if not, maybe they can keep you in mind for future projects. But be nice. People are mean nowadays. Just be nice. Long story short, pay your dues long enough to build your confidence and your materials, and then never touch another unpaid gig ever again. But again, always be kind and courteous human beings, please. All right, that's it for today. I have no idea what we should talk about next week, but if you guys have any suggestions, pretty please leave a comment for me, and I will see you next week.